Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to AutoForge. It's like super early alpha, almost nobody has access to this game. Okay, close and open all windows. That is actually rather useful. Okay. Oh, right click to harvest. I think, there we go. Alright, so this is kind of a mixture between, okay, I gotta clear this out. Doesn't look like it can collect mushroom, or maybe I can. It's a mixture between like Factorio and Terraria, made by the developers of Crea, a game that I sincerely enjoyed years and years ago. That I actually have found myself not infrequently wondering, yeah, what did happen to the developers of Crea? Where'd they end up as part of everything? Why is there infinite darkness over here? That's unsettling. There's also something up there. Ah, I can get a wood deposit from the background. I might as well. Oh, and apparently by digging this out, we can actually see now from natural lighting, question mark. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's like a full-on wood deposit. Oh, that's going to take some time to get through. But at least I can see, which is kind of nice. Let's get over here and do the exact same thing on this side. There we go. Okay, craft forge. Craft forge. Okay, this crafting menu is going to be a little weird and messy, but it's fine. I'm sure it'll speed up as we go along. Also, the lack of music is a little bit of, it's not that bad. There we go. But I'm gonna turn on my own. So, let's see. We have the forge. We've crafted it. Craft forge. Inventory is T. There we go. Alright. It's kind of a big chunker. I think it's not that big. We'll put it here. I don't entirely know what I'm gonna do with it. So we have stone. Can build this or make bricks. I think we gotta find the iron. Okay, you have many items. Inventory, empty hand. Ah. Holding an item in your hand, you can remove it by pressing Q. And then select forge, recipe, gotcha. There we go. Now I've got some music. Now I can see what I'm doing. So we want to probably just dig a bunch of iron ore. Unfortunately, this is going to take a little bit before I can do anything. You found some ore. If you put this in a forge, you can turn it into something even more useful. Hopefully we can increase my mining speed. I'm going to get up to, I think, 5. Before I just go over and do that. Yeah, this mining is going to take a while. We also have apotheosis, but it, oh, emitter. Unlock region, so I need void matter and iron ingots. Alright. So this is, I'm assuming, how we teleport. Mainframe. Oh, dig power of... Oh, are these upgrades for me? Grants the power of apotheosis, crafting speed, sword power, crystallize, and inventory space. Then what is this? This is the chest. Well, we've got the void matter, a torch, and health canisters. All we need, really, is just that iron. Okay, I can just shift-click over. Cool. So that'll just output some iron. I guess I'll have to do more. Got 2 pieces of void matter. Combine them with 10 iron ingots and feed in apotheosis to expand your exploration range. Oh, I see. So that pushes back against the kind of darkness behind me. Alright, that's neat. I guess we're just gonna go until I have 5 more iron ore, and then we'll just go throw it back in. Because I might as well expand my range. I'm hoping I can increase my collection speed, just because it is very slow at the moment. What else can I make? Cranks, planks, silver ingots, iron ingots, glass. Torches, that, and a wooden chest, but I don't think we need. We also have research. Needs iron ingots. Oh, learned recipes. You know what? I'm going to start working on that instead. I don't actually know if the drill is going to be that amazingly good. Forge is full. You can pick up the iron ingots from inside it or build a wood chest to store them in. Chest cannot hover in the air. Support a chest by putting some soil underneath it. Or hover over the forge, press R to rotate the output point. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so very much Terraria, but with automation in it, which, you know, oddly enough, I can't actually think of a single side scroller that uses automation in this manner. And so I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. Because I'm a huge sucker for automation in these games. I guess the closest I got to specifically was some auto farming that I did that I had modded, I guess, back in Why can I not brain? Well, we need 2 of these handles. I've got my first research, more research, and toolbar. Okay, inventory's here. Starbound. Oh, I see. So I've got to put some soil down. Okay. Do I put that down? Can I now put the chest on top of it? Oh, I see. It moves it up. Okay. So if we interact with the forge, I guess it needs more iron and some more wood. I guess let's start with the background and go from here. I'm mildly distracted just because there's a lot of systems here that I like that are equal parts familiar to me and wildly unfamiliar. And it's kind of neat seeing them in action, and it's a little distracting. Oh, you know what? I'm also hungry. I realize that probably sounds like a complete non sequitur, but I'm one of those people that has a really hard time ignoring hunger urges. And so that's going to mess with me a little bit. Not too much. At least now that I've identified it, it should be easier to ignore. Kind of one of those, it's like, how would I even describe it? Like when you have, I don't know if you guys get silent headaches or silent migraines or whatever they're called. But every once in a while I'll have one of those and I won't recognize it until I like sit down or do something. I'm like, oh, I'm not operating normally. There's something like actually not wrong going on. Oh, what is this? Oh, I've got like a pew pew mode. Looks like it has a limited amount of range though. Okay, so we want to make 5 more planks. Oh. And we can make a drill. Because that should make resource gathering much faster. I know I could have expanded my zone of influence, but I don't think that would have helped much. I look forward to automating these things, though. Okay, moving item stacks. Left mouse, shift left mouse. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, and it does look like we get my ammo back fairly quickly. Okay, requires fuel. Manual mining equipment for excavation. Oh. Oh, that's fun. So I need to make another one of those. I was wondering about that. I thought this was going to modify my own, like, hand drill. But no. It's a literal that's amazing. Like, as stupid as it sounds, the fact that I have a crank drill as, like, my starting mining option is amazing. And I love it, and this level of inventiveness is what I live for in games. Okay, so that's cranked up. In that case, now we are going to be gaining some wood and some other things. Can I pick it back up again? Because this, I didn't place it particularly well. I guess I didn't place it terribly either. But I think it goes here. We'll see. I'll have to see how quickly that actually depletes for me. I'll have to crank it like once a minute, but still. I no longer have to manage that anymore. At least on my own. And for me, that's always kind of a nice thing. Okay, provides biofuel. And then also refined into 4 of whatever that is. Alright, let's take a look at the research menu. So power production, foundations, intermediate extraction, that gets us the combustion drill, and then basic transportation. I think we want... That one's tough. Oh, crank generator. But that requires 20 mana. I don't even know where to get mana from. So do we want to start with basic transportation instead? I suppose so. Okay, so I'm gonna need a bunch of gears. I like the fact that we're a little robot, too. I don't know. Call me a bit of a robot shill, but whenever I have, like, a cute robot as a character, it's just more fun for me. People are fine, but I find in these games they tend to be a little, I don't want to say uncanny valley. It's not quite the right word I want to work with here, but there's definitely that aspect of just kind of like, these people look weird. Humans kind of are lumpy and strange creatures. Okay, and I can now harvest the glow boy if I want to. Oh, am I losing HP over time? I might actually be losing HP. Or something's hurting me. Oh, is it this? No, not that. So yeah, I think I just need to refuel myself every so often as well. What's the range? Reasonable. Okay, let's let that go. Grab this. I don't actually know how many more we need of these. I wish it would actually tell me. Like, the progress bar is nice. I think we need one more. Or, nope. We had enough. Okay, so what else can we do? So we have transport tubes. Yields 3 times. Craft sites, player, and assembler. So we've got a transport tube, assembler, and a bypass. Chests and some other things. So it's nice. Research is G. So power production, I think we're going to need to expand. I don't think I know how to make mana at the moment. I guess I'm going to start researching foundations just because I know how to make that. And we should have enough rocks on hand already. And if we don't, we'll get more. I mean, that's a bunch of rocks. But mostly, let's grab this. Oh, I need one more. I mean, it's making enough. These crank drills are actually going to get me more than enough. More than that singular furnace can actually produce. However, they do have a limited amount. And on a personal level, I hope with world generation we actually get the options so those never run out. I don't know, I'm one of those people I don't like having to move my whole setup around just because something ran out. But I also recognize that scarcity is kind of a realistic thing, and it is important to kind of work around that. Alright, so let's unlock the region. Oh, it got zoomed out. Okay, I can zoom. Oh my gosh, really? Whoa. I was not expecting to be able to zoom out to that extent. Alright. Well. And we can climb the vines. Sick. Okay, so we have a big rock. I don't want to rip up the environments yet. Not at least until I have to. I'd rather get some of these other things in the meantime. There we go. What is this? An entangled ancient tech. Piece of ancient tech compatible with the Apotheus mainframe. Oh, right. Here's the other thing I can do. I believe if I put little holes in the walls, we can see. It's probably not as good as like an actual torch or proper lighting, and I'm pretty sure this is going to get patched, but on the flip side, at least now I can see what I'm doing. Specifically, I want to know what's sparkling over here. Let's get a little bit more natural light in here. Okay, so it seems like one hole is enough. Oh. Okay. I think I know what this is. We have the ancient tech. Dig back wall. Okay, I already know about that. So each of these sparklies is a new resource type. So this seems to be a pretty sizable wood deposit. Like, leagues bigger than what I had previously. That's kind of useful. I really gotta figure out how to increase my... Oh. There's a surface. What? I was not expecting to be able to leave. I was assuming that this would be a fully underground game. I guess that would explain... Let's see. This explains why I can get some natural light. Okay, so we can get some seeds out here. Drowned tree. So it seems like things are kind of bad out here. I'm assuming we're going to have monsters that we have to contend with at a later date. I'm just going to grab a little bit of everything just to see what we got. Because Gumvine gets us resin and also a shoot. So presumably there will be like auto farming later. Still haven't figured out how to get mana though. Let's go back down just a smidge. So yeah, I might as well figure out what rare resource we have in the back. It seems to be a stone deposit. I'll open it up a little bit. At some point I'll come through and just put a bunch of crankshafts down, but probably based on what I need. So I think we should probably go back, recrank our things, and then figure out what we actually need to do. I mean, the main thing is how to get mana. No mana means kind of limited. We haven't tried busting up one of these mushrooms yet.
It's gonna be hard to do. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise mana is going to be like a mana crystal deposit that we actually have to harvest. Not sure. Okay, well, one way or another, this has run out of power for a while, but boy, look at all of those resources that it's got in the meantime. I like the fact that there is a very visual indicator for like, yep, this thing's out of juice. Alright. So yeah, let's take a look at this machine. Apotheosis. So I need a lot of void matter and resources, so that's not it. We want to go here. Oh, I see. So that bit of tech that I found. Let's see. There we go. So that bit of tech I found has increased my maximum HP. So we're gonna have to get more of those to get up to the, like, increasing the power of the harvesting tool. Which is a little unfortunate because I do really need to dig faster. I guess let's see what else we can research. We're done with this. Required materials 20 mana. We still don't know how to get mana. So I guess let's start going for that. Let's see. I wonder if I should look into scaffolding. Actually, let's rip these up real quick. Because I've got a lot of stuff. Let's go over here. Let's see. So for starters, we want to do scaffolding. We'll do like 2 of those. Type of tile that you can run transport tubes through and place on top of your machines. They're invaluable when setting up access throughout your base. Okay, so first and foremost, looks like I can do that. Actually move my scaffolding up there. Forge, and then chest. Okay, so question A, can I do that? Alright, yeah, it is taking the iron ore automatically. So, it's not perfect. At the moment, we're going to have to guarantee kind of a fuel system, but we at least have an automated forge. I guess I didn't really need to put it kind of in this diagonal up fashion, but whatever. And at some point I'll probably want to move this around, but I don't think my iron needs are going to be so large. Okay, so what else do we have? Essence folding. I mean, I guess I'm going to start researching that, but where the heck do I get mana from? Because it's probably not from these things. So I guess I'm just going to have to look around. What I'm probably going to want to do is just going to... Wow, I really can jump super dang high. Okay, not enough, though. Go crafting. Can I make ladders? I can make ladders. I can make a lot of ladders. Okay, I can also drop items on the ground with Z, but better to put them in a wood chest, unsurprisingly. Here's the question. Is it actually transporting, or am I imagining things? I don't know. We'll come back. If that forge is stopped, and there's iron in the other one, then I guess we're going to need a transport too. I'm hoping that's not the case. But you never know. Okay, let's just make... Whoa, I have a dash? Cool. Ah, right click. Lets me make large quantities of planks. Okay, let's get the ladders. I'll just have them be that. We also have different bars here, but I don't know how to... Ah, shift 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Yeah, so we don't even need that many ladders. We can just, oops. We can actually just put, like, a single tile down. I think eventually, once I'm a little bit more flush on resources, I will probably be a little bit more, spendy. I mean, I think even now I have plenty. But why worry about it? What is this? Silver ore. I think we found, like, a big vein of it. Damn. Okay. Yeah, this 100% is just like an absolutely stunningly massive silver ore vein for me to harvest. Unfortunately, I don't know if I really benefit from silver at the moment. We're looking for mana. Useful to note that it's here. But not amazingly helpful. There. Okay, let's leave that lit up for the time being and just keep looking around. Right. And then vines are also good climbing. So we have guidebook. Okay. Dig more. Can't do that. Let's see. Research, more research. Iron. That sounded like a oh, there's a critter. If there's a critter, there might be mana. Come back. Whoa. Oil clots. Okay. I'm not entirely convinced. I want to kill one of the nests. Just to see what I get from it. The void matter, which we do need. But none of it is mana. They also don't care that I exist. Huh. I do have 2 weapons. That's not it. Okay, let's harvest the soul bloom. Something is gonna give me mana here. At some point, it's gotta. I just don't know if it's something I mine or if it's something I've completely missed. Silver ingot, glass, things, health canister, but it requires mana. And it's not something I can produce naturally. I guess my goal here is just to really figure out, like, what it is. Okay, so we have a bunch of iron ore here. Almost guaranteed to only be iron ore. So I think I'm just going to ignore it. We gotta keep looking around until I find iron. Let's just go down. I got ladders aplenty. And I might as well turn this entire thing into my just... Woo! Ha! Hit! Her! Kind of my own personal play box. Yeah, you know what? Oh, good. Pause on ladders so you don't have to worry about it. I'll just leave that there for the time being. Q to clear hands. Okay, very flammable, biofuel, health canister, gum vine shoot, can plant, make more. Okay, so that's got 50. So it does pull. It just, it pulls one at a time. It doesn't overstock itself. Useful to note. Okay, mainframe, that's upgrades. Apotheos. So we could actually go back up there and break the nest and get the remaining void bits if I wanted to unlock another region. But I'm still trying to figure out how to get mana. I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking on the surface, I think, first and foremost. There's something over here, though. Right, and this game works in diagonals, too. Ooh. That's actually really nice. I don't want to say diagonals are hard to do, but I don't think I've ever seen any of these tackle... Oh, we've got sand. Big ol' sand vein. Sand and sandstone. Okay. Which, like, going to be very useful. Just not really good for me at the moment. I wonder if that damage recovers. I think it does. We'll just leave and come back. Yeah, it's still not mana. Need, like, a resource scanner or something. Or maybe it's something I... Oh. We haven't tried throwing things into the furnace. Considering how long I've been going, it might actually be something I have to refine. It provides biofuel. Refine into biofuel. Torch, gum vine. Stone is refined into some kind of crystal, possibly brick. Same thing with soil. Yeah, why don't we make another forge, see what I can make with it. We do have the combustion drill, but hard to care. Quartz. Magical essence. Fortification and mana turret. Like, either I'm gonna find out that this is, like, actually boneheadedly obvious. The one thing I can do is also zoom out a bunch. See if there's anything else. So it seems like we've got the goop creatures up there, which I can harvest endlessly for oil. Do I see any other sparkly bits? We had that one iron section, but Frustratingly, no. I think we are actually weirdly locked here. Unless it goes straight down. Who knows? Keep this producing. Okay, why don't we try a forge over here and see if I can actually forge anything else. Because we have sand. Can I put it as an input? Looks like it. Where'd my... Oh. Huh. But it had 75 for a bit. Grind into biomass can be burned. Very flammable, can also be burned. Lock. I think that's glitching out. This is an alpha. So. I think I'm just gonna send an email. Because it looks like it can save. Music is also really weird. Let's save the exit game, see if I can continue it. And then I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna go send the dev a message and be like, where's mana? Please help. Yep, looks like it just continues exactly where I left off. That's a good sign. Alright, cool. I'll go figure out where the mana went. Okay. Major credit where credit is due. Oh, do we have a double jump? I have no idea. We do have a double jump. It's huge. Okay, but yeah, I was gonna say major credit where credit is due. I emailed the developer saying like, hey, I can't seem to find mana for whatever reason. Oops, no, dig is right click. There we go. I can't seem to find mana for whatever reason. You wanna help me out so I can find it? And apparently I'm not the only person to have this problem. Let's see. But they also more or less informed me exactly where it's going to be. So, let's go find the mana deposit if I can. I guess seeing as this video is almost in... I think the issue finding this one is there were no sparkles leading to the mana deposit, unlike all of the other sparkles. I was gonna say though, easy fix, in my opinion, would be to have like a very, very small mana deposit in the main base, just like iron and everything else. Like, it could be a rock with like 50, just enough to get that first research done. As kind of like a, hey, this is also something you can find and mine in the world. Somewhere. And that would be the entire solution. Wouldn't need any more than that, and I would have no trouble finding it after that point. Because then it'd be like, okay, it's somewhere. I just gotta figure out where it is. So we're just gonna rip up, I think, a lot of the environment here. We're probably gonna put a bunch of drills down. I think this is gonna be the first thing that I fully automate here. With the crank generator or like a full combustion generator or something. Just so I can mine as much of this as I possibly can. Oh, I see. I have to get rid of the plants first. I suppose that makes sense. Okay. Well, the oily boy is coming for me. There we go. Unfortunately, the sound effects on this are a little loud, so... Really, it's just those guys. There we go. Let's, finish making this a nice open area. I'll probably figure out some kind of wall system so these lads don't come for me. I guess actually check my inventory. Put a bunch of soil down? Oh. Okay, so they don't like that. I guess next order of business. Oh, they big mad. I wonder if it's like a nighttime dealio. But yeah, I don't actually want to break their nests. Their nests are kind of useful to me. So what I'm gonna do instead, I wonder if we can actually get to the point where we can auto-harvest these guys. Dark as that kind of sounds. Yeah, let's just, We know they're diggy. I'm gonna try and put them in a hole. Otherwise, we just have to clear a certain section of this. You know what? Yeah, we'll get rid of this nest. Because maybe if they're just nowhere close, that won't be a problem. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, because it seems like they've got a pretty far detection range. Okay. I'm just gonna fill this in. We have so much soil, why not? Okay. So let's stop this for a second. Might as well collect the grass. And fine. We'll pick this back up again. I think they'll leave me alone at this point. I'm far enough away, and that's a pretty tall hill that they're gonna have to overcome. I guess actually I can just pick that up. Sick. Alright. Place back wall. That tutorial is kind of scuffed. But again, this is an alpha. This is barely anything more than just a, hey, this is what the game could be. Or might kind of look like when it's done. And so, like, I don't play a whole lot of games that are this early in development. Usually I balk at it just because, to be honest, most games that are early on in development just simply aren't worth playing, but it's very clear that this one's had a lot of time and effort put into it. And also, and maybe this is kind of a me thing, there are not a whole lot of games out there made by developers, like, kind of as a repeat developer project. Most developers only ever make one game. I think it's like only a third ever make a second, and 10% make a third. Like the survivorship in game development is very low. And I've always actually kind of been disappointed by that, because it often feels like, for a lot of developers, their first game is usually a good attempt, might even be fantastic, but their, like, second and third games even better. Like, let's go with completely different ones. I mean, I guess kind of in the same category as this, you have Factorio and Satisfactory and stuff. I actually don't know if Factorio is their first game, but like Satisfactory, they made like a series of tower defense games first, and then just said, hey, but what if we made a like an absolutely rocking like automation sandbox game, and they've done a fantastic job with it. Other good examples would be like Inkbound. I'm a huge fan of Monster Train. I still think it's one of the best games I've ever played, but Inkbound is just like, oh wait, was that a hover? Oh wait, no, maybe it was I had like a hover for a brief second there. No, I have no idea. Okay, there we go. Oh, climbing in this feels so good. Question is, can I put some scaffolding here? Looks like it. Can I put more ladders in front of the big crystal? Okay, looks like that's the upper limit, but that's fine. Because yeah, let's put this away. And let's make a second line here, because what I'm going to want to do is pipe all of this mana down so I can process it. I think we actually want to clear out this section that I'm on right now. Like this tier, because we've got this big flat space, and use this as our primary factory location instead. Just so we don't have to pipe resources quite as far. And also there's like no resources in the area. I don't think I need to clear too much space though, because in retrospect, I'm just not going to be going that long. Okay, let's craft like a gazillion of these. Right, it's right click to make a bunch. Just requires planks, so there's like no reason not to. There we go. I very much would like to find another one of those cool treasure chesty things so I can upgrade my digging speed. Not that I really need to do a whole lot of digging anymore, which is kind of sweet. The other thing specifically with developers, I recognize that this is very much like maybe something a lot of people don't care or recognize. Game marketing is one of the hardest things that any game developer can do. And in fact, it's actually only getting harder and harder, and will get like progressively worse over time. I repeat this statistic a bunch. I'm just gonna turn off the master volume. It's only a handful of sound effects that we're losing in the moment. I'll keep it on for when the game actually comes out. But for now, I don't wanna. But like, I keep seeing this from like other marketing people, and even like my own research, my own experiences kind of confirm this, but there were like 3,000 games released back in, was it 2016 or something like that? And it's like 13,000 for 2022, and it's going to be even more for 2023. The fact of the matter is, for a lot of people, game development is kind of a dream job. I mean, go figure, you grow up playing video games and you want to make one yourself. And so a lot of developers dive in and say like, yeah, you know, I'm going to make my own game. But it's going to be like Mario, but with, I don't know, sweet foxes instead. And, you know, sometimes that works. Sometimes people are like, holy smokes, I love Fox Mario. And it, like, spawns this whole thing. And, like, maybe you get the super passionate developers that are like, hey, but what if it was Sonic, but a jester? And I'm gonna do, like, a trilogy of these games, and they're gonna get progressively more absurd and good. And put Sega slightly to shame. And, like, that works, too. And oftentimes, like, it's actually very worthwhile for these developers to make these games. Especially just because, I don't know, they don't exist, or that niche is, like, barely filled. And people, you know, love originality and whatnot. The problem is when you start running into games that are, like, too similar to each other, that quickly causes issues, because then, I mean, going back to the Mario thing, I can't tell you how many games I've had where somebody's like, yeah, I grew up playing Mario and wanted to make a Mario game, and I'm like, I don't know if anybody's ever going to care about that, and that kind of sucks. Because it's always kind of sad to run across like a really interesting and inventive game, but its core concept is so unbearably, I don't want to say like unoriginal, because that's maybe not quite the word I would use in this case, but there we go. Wow, that works. It's still going. I don't know how much iron is left. That's one thing I would love to see on the crank drills, is an estimation of like how much remains. Okay. There we go. So what is this thing? I think nothing. I think I can just pick it up. Can I? Unless my inventory is full. That would do it. Okay, can I make a chest? Let's make 2. I guess we do have a chest down here. So what am I going to store? Let's store a lot of the seeds and the torch, seeing as I've solved my lighting issues. Okay, plank, wood chest. I guess if I want to go in here, we're going to need, like, oodles of transport tubes. Oh, good. Does it just auto-craft the iron gears for me? It says 1 iron ingot and 1 iron gear, and I don't know if it's pre-making the iron ingots for me or not. Also, not that it matters too much, but from like a development perspective, I would love it if hovering over an item and then pressing a number, or like maybe doing shift and then a number, would actually add it to my quick bar, just for the sake of speed. Clicking and dragging ain't terrible, but still. Okay, transport items past a machine that uses an item. The item will be utilized. Oh, okay, so it just has to go past. We don't even have to put it in. wonder if we can grab out of it. That'll have to be something I keep an eye on. Okay, so next up, what I need are cranks. Looks like I need more wood. Is this thing already done, or is it tapped out? Ah, that's what happened. Max stacks is 100. Climbing ladders in this feels unbelievably good. I know I've said this a couple of times, but from my perspective, especially if you're going to be doing like a very vertical factory, you need that to not be bad. Okay, so really, I guess at this point, we just want to put... I guess here's the question. Can I put a chest here? I cannot. I guess I'm just gonna put this here and put a chest into it. And hope a conveyor tube will actually put one of those in. Oh, am I making... Oh, I know. I'm not making combustion... I should stop. I should stop that. Because we are actually probably going to want combustion drills more than anything else. Okay. What's the craft menu? Let's put them in here. 5. There we go. Clear that out. Crank these. Yeah, first and foremost, proof of concept, see if it works. Alright, I'm seeing the items going along the pipes, so that's a good sign. And I never actually did check to see if that was, in fact, mana. Looks like it is. Alright. So I guess let's build a combustion drill, see what that requires. And then next up, let's take a look at this. So power production requires mana, gets me a crank generator, and a power relay. I think we're going to want that, rather than having to crank, like, a bunch of these simultaneously. I still love the fact that you can crank these, though. That's so cool. Alright. And now we're properly researching. Let's go back up and take a look at combustion drills. See how they function instead. It looks like it just requires some kind of fuel. I suppose. Let's go grab the oil. Let's just grab the oil clots and fuel that thing. I keep seeing that mushroom over there is like a pop-up or something. I don't exactly know what I'm interpreting it as, but it's confusing me. Okay, looks like fuel. No. One thing that would actually be really nice, and maybe it does work this way, I would love it if these drills had an AoE of 1. It's how it works, I think, in Factorio as well. That way, if your pipes are on top of something, it will pull from the areas around too, so you don't have to like move your entire setup over by one tile. Because that's just a pain. Okay, let's actually move this down by 1. Honestly, all things considered, at least in this, I think I prefer the crank drills rather than consumables. I don't know if we're going to be using oil for anything, but it feels really silly to throw all of that fuel into one single drill. But maybe that's just me. There we go. I really like the fact that the scaffolding can go over the pipes. That feels good. Oh, I can just replace these. Oh, that's super nice. I don't actually know if I get the rock back, but I'm not sure if I care. Let's see. Power production is done. So next up is automation. Gets me the assembler. Oh yeah, I've got plenty for research. Okay, so let's see what I can craft. We have the crank generator and a power relay. So I want to see what those look like. Can I move these around? Oh, good. I can. Crank generator. Power generator that must be routinely powered by hand. Okay, and then we have a power relay. Distributes power to nearby machines. Can I put it over that? I cannot. Still, super helpful. Put it there for the time being. Clear my hands. Okay. You can transmit energy by putting a string of power relays from your generator to your machine. Energy leaps several tiles between power relays. Take note of the indicator while placing a power relay and make sure your relay is close enough to connect. Okay. So the only question I have is what is powered here? Maybe none of them. Maybe it has to be the assembler. Okay, let's pick that up. It seems to power the whole area, but I think the drills and whatnot are not affected. So I think we might need a different kind of drill. Okay, so this isn't exactly perfect. We're definitely going to need, hopefully powered crank drills at some point. But honestly, I don't actually know how much I'm going to be playing this. I might do another video on this just to get a little further. I love automation games. They are slow. As the one persistent downside to a lot of them is that it might take a while before they get like really good. Or like my factory becomes a properly functional something or other. Right now it's just good enough. Alright. So what do we do? Because I guess I could go over here and start mining some silver. Now I'm just going to go for crank drills, even though they're maybe not... maybe crank drills aren't necessarily as efficient as the combustion ones, but I don't have to go out and, like, find more fuel. But maybe I'll be able to grow fuel or other things. But easier if I just don't worry about it. There's something on top. Cursed log. There we go. I don't know why I'm going to these extents to have, like, a nice setup when chances are my current save file is never, ever going to survive long enough. Like, this whole thing is going to get deleted probably with a patch or 3. Who knows? I mean, maybe I'll come back to this in a little while and it'll be still there waiting for me. But also kind of the question of, do I even want that? Or would I prefer to start fresh with new mechanics? Because usually that's my answer. Someday I'll go back and play Satisfactory again and probably start fresh, as always. I love to kind of figure out some kind of game it out style, highlighty, I did a dumb thing video. But that takes a lot of effort, and I'm assuming scripting. I don't think that's the kind of thing that you can just do. Okay. 1, 2? Yeah, I guess. Grabbing these. I guess we might as well start these mining. I don't know if I'm gonna need silver or anything. Okay, I need cranks and iron gears in large quantities. Okay, but at least we'll have some silver on hand, and I'll go get my iron. I'll probably make, like, a bigger iron assembly at some point, but I'm not even sure if I have a iron stock on hand. Yeah, I'm just gonna have those go from there. I just want to have a supply of silver on hand. Alternatively, maybe I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna pick these up. Fortunately, I don't think I can power a refinery with a crank either. Okay, I think I have just enough space for this. So let's get 2 forges down as well. Because I don't have any more forges. Still don't quite know how the crank generator, what that specifically ties to. But that's fine. Oh, interesting. It does actually pull in. For both. Okay. That. And then we need some fuel. Alright, so now we have some silver coming in. Not too much. We'll have more. I think I might want to reverse the pipes, have them go the opposite direction, and then just extend furnaces backwards. Until we, none of them bottleneck. But for now, it's fine. And then eventually have a separate, like, pipe network leading away from this. So that'll be for later. I almost kind of wish there was a way of, like, having... no. Boy, pipe spaghetti is going to get messy on this one. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well, it's fine. Let's make a chest. I cannot. I should find a better wood supply. Because this one is going to run out. It's going to be an issue. Okay. Make another chest while we're here. Yeah, we have a wood deposit. Is there a way I can pan? I don't think so. That's sand. That's that. I think the wood... There's a bunch of wood up there. So, were I to keep playing longer than this, I'd probably speed this along. Alternatively, maybe we do make the assembler. I don't know. Might as well take a look at it before we go. I'd like to get to the next research just for essence folding. Learns mechanical essence, distiller, and foldery. Yeah, that just sounds fascinating and potentially useful. Let's stop that. Make this. Oh boy. Assembly's gonna take a while. But I might want to just see if I can auto-make planks. How much mana do we have? Oodles! Well, that's a good sign. So you can double jump. And also roll by pressing shift while running. Yeah, I figured kind of both of those out by accident. Oh, wait. How the heck? I have a hover, but I don't know how to do that one. I guess we'll have to find that out later. It's fine. Oh. Okay, that's how you drop down through platforms. Okay, put 2 of those down so I can get an assembler. Oh, clear hand. it might require more. Okay, so this requires the crank generator. Well, we do have it. Okay, but it looks like we're going to need a power relay closer. Okay, I think it's properly powered. Select recipe. You're just going to make plank. Alright, there we go. It's not the best, and what I should probably do is have some kind of... Oh wow, it makes plank really fast. 15 per minute, 10 per minute. So actually, it looks like we're gonna need more to fuel the assembler. But that's fine, pet. Hover over any tile, hit Q to select it as a build tile. Oh. If you have one in your inventory, you'll be able to build with it instantly. Ooh. In that case, I can... That's what keeps messing me up. I was wondering about that, but that's incredibly helpful. And assembler. So we'll pull out of nearby tubes to make the thing. Something I'm going to have to leave for later. Right now, I think we're at a good stopping point. I'd love to play more of this, and I will, in fact. I think I'm going to come back for a second video of this in a couple of days. As this game specifically is going to be on Kickstarter. Just part of the reason why it was sent out this early to creators. And I might as well do a second video to be like, hey, the Kickstarter exists. Right now, I'm just putting this out to get you guys excited that it will exist. And then I'll tell you in a bit when it's actually being released. Because I want to make a bigger factory. We've barely even touched the surface. I've seen a fair bit, and what I have seen I like a lot. It just needs more. And honestly, I can't wait to give it the time that it deserves and requests. And it seems like this alpha demo has a lot to it. It's kind of expensive if I want to, but I could potentially expand out like one more. Oop, there it goes. Because I think if I go back to this... Love that roll, that's so good. If I go back to this, 10,000 iron ingots is a little bit of a high requirement. Also, that's up in the sky? I don't know if that's going to help me too much in the moment. But I could definitely do this one, or this one, probably, without too much cost. We'd probably go for the Void Matter Iron Gear. Go for that one first, and then move on. What if there's a way that you can actually see from outside how much power it has? Probably not, but I'm sure eventually we will hit some other kind of power setup that is even more efficient and effective. Oh. That's the hover. Just press down. Well, that's nice. Okay, so I was going to make cogs. I really need to stop playing, though. This is the exact kind of game that's going to get me hooked for hours if I let it. And honestly, maybe I should. But for now, at least, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe. Because I got tons to check out and show off. And especially this one. I will come back for some more AutoForge, both for the Kickstarter to announce that it's coming out, and also just to play the game when it's actually done, because I'm such a massive sucker for automation games. Like, it is my comfort food, and also my, like, peak puzzle game. And really just everything I like all rolled into one. And it's super neat to see a developer with kind of a decent track record. I don't know. Seeing the elements of Crea brought back into this is really cool. And I want to see more of that, because I bet the devs have even more cool things in store than we've seen here. But for now, at least, oh, right, of course. And if you guys want to kickstart this, I will have a link in the description below. And either the Kickstarter is going, or you can at least like join the waitlist. And then I'll also have a link in the description for the Steam page if you want to go add it to your wish list as well, which just helps it rank higher and show up better. And so people can, so the developer will have an easier time marketing this game. Because like I said, it's a giant pain. But with all of that, it is time for me to finally take a break for the day. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.